The most recent Madden 19 patch has changed the game again. In some of your cases, you guys are going wild. I've seen numerous reports of players falling forward. I actually experienced it earlier today. Those videos will be available on GmiasWorld Gaming later today and tomorrow. Please go over there and check that out and subscribe there for all gaming, not just Madden, but you're going to get all my full gameplays on GmiasWorld Gaming. Pretty much the falling forward has been an issue. People are still able to get tackled and get up and run for 6, but there's other things that makes the game a little bit better as well that they may have fixed that we're going to talk about right now as I go through some of these 24-hour solos with the Combine promo right now. All right, so pretty much let me just tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I go through my daily NFL Combine solos and I'm getting my daily trophies for the Combine because I want my free Nat 97 overall player because it's free and EA better give it up all to me. Like, that's pretty much what it is. I'm never going to let EA Sports just get away with not giving me my free stuff, bro. Like, so I'm just making sure that I do this specifically because I want that free Nat player. Primarily because if I don't get Vernon Davis, I'm going to quick sell the player for training points or whatever they're going for right now, the scouting points, whatever it is. But it's just good to be able to have it. All right. So as we go through today's daily challenges, we're going to be talking about the Madden patch. All right. Now, this is what my concern is with the Madden patch. What did they actually fix? When you asked that question to me, like some of you guys were asking, like, Gmia, during the stream, what do you think about the patch? What did they fix? What didn't they fix? This is what I believe, right? The game is already what it is. It's not much more that they can do to make it playable for people that already thought the game was bad. And it's not much they can do to affect the people that think it's a good game, if that makes any sense. Because what's already set in the game is there in stone. The Moss action, throwing the ball through people's bodies, that stuff is not going to get fixed. So when you look at the real problem of the game, I don't think that any of us are being realistic when we think that a patch is just going to fix what the issues are with Madden. I will tell you this, like I've always told you, the MUT is what I enjoy. The availability of new content and things of that nature, that's what I enjoy. That's what I get from it. I get no enjoyment from the gameplay, regardless of what's going on. I just don't. I don't get any enjoyment for, like, today I went 5-2. And I lost one game. And the one game that I lost, one of the games that I lost was in Draft Champions, and the other game I lost was in head-to-head, right? So those two losses, one loss was in overtime with a touchdown where my player just didn't react to the ball, and then I got blown out in Draft Champions. Like, it was crazy. That video will be out later. Like, the dude beat me by like 50, and it turned me on uncontrollably. But you know what it is, bro? It's just the way that he was beating me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like those kind of things that he was doing to me would never happen if I was able to do the things that I wanted to do in a better Madden game. But I have to accept that. Now, there are going to be times where I'm going to lose to a better player. But that very, very rarely happens in Madden, like at this time. Like, put it like this. In Madden 25, I have videos here where I lost to people that were actual Madden pros in 25, right? And I have videos where I beat pros in Madden 25. They weren't garbage to me. They were good players. The user was there. Everything was there. There was nothing I could really complain about. I had to get my beating and walk away like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, dude slapped me on the butt cheeks. I walked away like, yo, you got it, bruh. It is what it is. But Madden 16, after the first patch, and going forward up until now, it makes you very, very irate if you were once a good player prior to the addition of aggressive catch, possession catch, and rat catching. Because that's what really ultimately destroyed the game. If you want to really think about it in that type of mindset, but that's my opinion. Because what happened with it was you were able to manipulate the way that the players actually went for the ball. So you took away the actual dependence on their attributes and their stats, and then you just throw the ball in the air like these wild kids. So that's what really happened with the game. Now when you look at it with this most recent patch, I will tell you this. One thing that they did that I don't know if you guys noticed it, in the open field, if somebody throws an aggressive catch into the open field, that player will not catch it most of the time anymore. All right? Like, if it's multiple defenders, they won't get that same animation. If it's one-on-one, your chances of getting mossed has been raised. If it's one-on-one, like, it's even worse than it was before. One-on-one, you're getting mossed a lot now. Like, it's ASAP like Rocky. You're getting mossed. But if they do it in quadruple coverage or is 3 players around. I haven't been mossed like that yet. But one-on-one plays, they've been successfully able to moss me on a regular basis. It is what it is. I'm just happy that they can't do it in the regular field. Now, the red zone is open season. The red zone, you get mossed, whether you like it or not. Like, EA is not playing no games. You finna take this moss. But, again, the person has to be throwing the ball into the end zone for it to happen. So that kind of helps the situation. If you get a guy that's a bum and you're able to get away with, playing your defense and you keep him away from that area of throwing the ball, like a hitch route or whatever like that, you're going to have a lot more success. But if you don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to get wild. Once they get to like the 20 and they could look, bro, how did this guy just, I shouldn't have spun. Why was I trying to spin in the guy was behind me? He was going to warp tackle me anyway. That you know what I'm saying? But I'm just too addicted to spinning. I'm about to just stop spinning altogether. Unless it's just like a one-on-one situation, I'm just going to stop spinning because it's really just making me get, like, it's wild, dog. It's really, really wild. Like, that spin. Oh, that spin worked. Okay, we broke that tackle. Let's go. What are those guys doing? Bro, why is everybody over there just standing there doing that? I don't know what was going on over there. That was just weird. And then Ricky Williams is just being an idiot, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's go back and finish up what I was saying. So, overall with the patch, do I think it really changed anything? Yeah, it changed the fact that now you're going to get mossed, but it's not the same kind of moss. So it's like putting a Band-Aid on a gushing wound that requires stitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what if you guys want, bro, what the, why does it, didn't they have something that, the push to pile thing, I haven't seen it work the entire year. I thought that was something that they would initiate, so the guy, like right there, my running back is actually supposed to put his arm out and move the lineman out the way, but they just trip and start falling on the ground. I thought that was going to be the reason to why they were going to add that. And you know what's weird about this? It's arcade mode, and these dudes are playing like it's competitive. Because I just want to run the ball for 6, and everybody is not blocking. It's just weird. Even though I don't have it set the way it's supposed to be set, like, I usually change my personnel. I don't feel that I need to do that against the CPU on it's arcade mode, dude. Like, do I really need to do that? But, again, I might have to. Look, okay, bro, yeah, tackle him. Good job. He's in the end zone, though. But, I don't really do my adjustments and put my, the right players in or whatever when I'm playing, just solos like that on arcade. It's like the computer shouldn't be that smart. Like, why did they just go to Harvard, go to Yale, go back to Harvard twice, and then graduate 4 times? Like, there's really no reason for the CPU to be playing like that. But again, it is what it is. Now, there's some other people that are complaining overall that the patch made the game like really worse. I don't think that those individuals understand how bad Madden has been over the last 4 years. Because like in EA's defense, which I would never ever defend what they're doing to people with the gameplay, but in their defense, the game has absolutely been ridiculous. So for people to say that this patch made it worse, other than quarterbacks falling forward for 4 yards every snap, I don't think the patch made the game worse. I think the game is still along the same lines as it was after the first patch. Because to be honest with you, when the game was first released, they didn't have a lot of the issues that are going on right now. I don't remember. I had this game 2 weeks early, and I was streaming it 2 weeks early. And I wasn't getting mossed like this at launch. Like I would vividly remember if I got mossed and my eye sockets blew out the head. Like I would remember that. I don't remember getting mossed like this. So something that they did with the tuning and everything like that, that's what made the game bad. Like that's what made everything start getting wild. Because once people realize you can just throw the ball in the air and it was just like Madden 16, people just do it. I literally have dudes run to the side, like run to the right, and just throw the ball up. And they catch it through my body or whatever. Sometimes I'm gonna get a pick, but it's not that it's not as usual as it's supposed to be, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's not something that's gonna just automatically happen like it should. It's like weird. So over this time, what did the patch do? I don't really think it made the game worse. I don't think it made the game better. That's just my honest opinion. But I want you guys to be able to take advantage of what's going on with it, obviously. Bro, everybody falls forward now. So what does that mean for you? That means that all you have to be doing is holding your analog stick going forward. That's pretty much it. You just hit sticker, man. Pick it up. You just have to be holding your analog stick and be pretty much going forward. And once they make contact with the player, that's going to make your player fall forward. So that's all that really has been changed about the game. And I want to make sure you guys and girls understand that. Listen, even with your quarterback, I got hit stick while running with Donovan McNabb today, like a full-on hit stick, bro. Like, it was really, really full-on. Like, dude smashed me. And I held onto the ball with no problem. Now, I was enraged for that guy that I played against because, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's bad that it happened to him, but I'm glad that it happened to him and not to me. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like what are we gonna do? You think we're gonna actually care? Like, bro, whatever. EA has made us heartless. So I looked at it and I'm like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? That play helped me to secure the win when it should have been a fumble and he should have been running it back for 6, and I would have been raging uncontrollably. But those are the things that happen with the inconsistency with the game, because I then in turn hit stick Michael Vick and the ball flew in the air and it was a fumble and I recovered it. So those type of things are still in the game actively. I can't tell you for certain if every time Donovan McNabb gets hit stick, he's not going to fumble. But for that particular point, he did not. So what my point is that the inconsistencies are still there, but I need my viewers to take advantage of the fall forward. All right? Like, that's what I want you guys to understand. That's pretty much, in a nutshell, what most of us are going to be seeing until they fix it. But now let's get to the bigger issue. If they go ahead and attack that right away, like with a new patch, like, you know, obviously they can reverse to the next patch. They can do that as well. But if they go and they attack that falling forward situation, that might make the game just, bruh. See, I don't know if it's in our best interest to ask them to fix that, because overall, it's not going to happen that often if you have secure tackler. Where it's going to hurt is when you're playing like salary cap and draft champions, when the guys can't really have that attribute. Because that's one thing that I noticed. My secure tacklers, when they made contact, they weren't falling forward the same way. That I can say, but again, maybe, you know, some of you guys have secure tackler and the guy was still falling forward. In that case, it might be a little bit more, you know, crazy. But overall, if they go back and they say they're working on an additional patch to like fix the, you know, some of the times where your guys get up after they've been tackled and they're running like zombies and they still run for 6. If they go after fixing that, I just fear for our sanity that they may destroy other parts of the game that just doesn't need to be bothered. You see how that guy's going like on an angle up front? You see what I'm saying? Like that's what happens, but it's not something to where I think they should go crazy unless you get a psycho that's running QB draw and the QB keeps going forward. Because that's what a lot of people have been doing as well. With the QB sneak, okay, he's going to run for 6. Okay, did he fumble it? All right, did he get 15 yards? I don't know if he got 15 yards, though. He might have got 15 yards. Did he? I don't know. Okay. All right, so good. He didn't get the 15 yards. So we get to just run the clock out with the next couple plays. That's the only issue. If you run QB sneak, dudes are running and getting hit forward. That would make me very, very upset. But that hasn't happened to me yet, so I can't speak about that. If that's happened to you already, let me know. You could also, I think EA Sports has a regular forum where you can send video footage of it. I don't want to say tweet me with it because, like, you know, it might be too many people just tweet me ridiculous stuff, and I don't really feel like dealing with that. But you could tweet them directly with the QB just, you know, doing whatever he wants and falling forward for 19 yards. But I just really, I don't really think that they should go that route of trying to repatch the game right now and make it more, you know, make it worse than it has to be. I just don't think that that is in our best interest. You guys might disagree, but that's just what I'm feeling right now. You know, other than that, like I said, I think the game is still the same. It's still as bad gameplay-wise as it was prior. What is going on? Why isn't this over? Why hasn't this drive like why did we have to do something else? That's more than 4 plays. Like, what is happening? Why hasn't this thing been over yet? Is this something that I'm supposed to be doing right now? All right, now it's over. All right, I don't know how many plays I had to do or what was going on, but prevent your opponent from scoring, prevent your opponent from rushing for 15 yards. Oh, and 6 plays. All right, I didn't know that it was 6 plays. I'm like, yo, why is that still going on? So that's pretty much my assessment of it. Any other buggy thing that you guys are seeing, like I said, the aggressive catch is still OP, but it's primarily in the red zone, in quadruple, quintuplet, sextuplet, all kind of tuplets. You're not going to be able to stop it in that area of the field, all right? But everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. as far as like the way it was. It's still the same type of gameplay that's been frustrating us since the first patch of the year. I'm going to show you really quickly that I have 4 of those trophies now. So when they release tomorrow's, I'll get my 97 overall nat player. I'll share that with you guys if you want to see it. All you have to do is write 97 overall in the comments, and I'm going to get that information to you as soon as possible. And that's pretty much it for us, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any other feedback you want to leave, let me know what's going on with it as far as if you've been enjoying the most recent patch. How has it affected you? And anything else that you want to let me know. I'm going to see all of you guys next time. One love.